Kaylin Blackjack Vex was a seasoned space scavenger, known for her ability to find and salvage valuable technology from derelict ships. She had been searching for weeks, scouring the galaxy for any signs of life or useful materials. Her trusty ship, the Maverick's Revenge, had become her home, and she knew every inch of its systems. As she navigated through the crowded space lanes, Kaylin's sensors picked up a strange signal coming from an abandoned vessel. She altered course, her heart racing with excitement. Could this be the discovery of a lifetime? The ship, a massive cargo vessel named Aurora's Hope, was a relic of a bygone era. Its once pristine hull was now covered in rust and corrosion, and its engines were silent. Kaylin navigated her ship alongside the Aurora's Hope, and as she boarded the derelict vessel, she felt a shiver run down her spine. Inside, the ship was dark and musty, the air thick with the smell of decay. Kaylin lit her suit's light source, illuminating the dimly lit corridors. She moved cautiously, her eyes scanning for any signs of danger. As she explored deeper into the ship, Kaylin stumbled upon a cryogenic chamber deep in the cargo hold. The pod was old and worn, but it seemed to be emitting a faint hum. Curious, Kaylin approached the pod cautiously, her hand on the grip of her blaster. The pod was labeled Project Elysium, and below that a single word, Aurora. Kaylin's mind raced with possibilities. Who was Aurora? And what did Project Elysium have to do with it? She opened the lid of the pod, revealing a figure inside. The person was frozen in time, their eyes closed, and their chest rising and falling in a slow, steady rhythm. Kaylin felt a pang of sympathy for the individual. They had been cryogenically preserved for decades, possibly even centuries. As she watched, the pod systems began to hum louder, and the air around her seemed to vibrate with energy. The person inside stirred, their eyes fluttering open. They looked confused, disoriented, but as their gaze focused on Kaylin, a look of recognition dawned on their face. Where am I? The person stammered, their voice weak and raspy. You're on the Aurora's Hope, Kaylin replied, trying to keep her tone calm. You've been cryogenically preserved for a long time. The person's eyes widened as they took in their surroundings. What year is it? They asked, their voice growing stronger with each passing moment. Kaylin hesitated before answering. She didn't know what the correct date was, and she wasn't sure if she wanted to reveal her own identity. It's 2256, she said finally. The person's eyes lit up with excitement. That's impossible, they exclaimed. We were supposed to return in 2200. As Kaylin listened to the person's story, she realized that Project Elysium was a top-secret government program aimed at preserving human life during times of war or catastrophic events. The Aurora's Hope had been on a mission to colonize a new planet when it encountered an unknown energy source that caused widespread destruction and led to the ship's abandonment. The person, who introduced themselves as Dr. Sophia Patel, was one of the scientists responsible for developing Project Elysium. She had been cryogenically preserved in hopes that she could be revived and help humanity recover from the disaster. As Kaylin listened to Dr. Patel's story, she felt a sense of responsibility wash over her. She knew that she had stumbled upon something much bigger than herself. The fate of humanity rested on her shoulders, and she was determined to see this mission through to its conclusion. With Dr. Patel by her side, Kaylin set out to repair the Aurora's Hope and prepare it for re-entry into space. They worked tirelessly, fueled by their determination to complete their mission. As they finally lifted off from the planet's surface, Kaylin felt a sense of pride and accomplishment. She had saved humanity from the brink of disaster, and she knew that her name would go down in history as a hero. The journey back to Earth was long and arduous, but with Dr. Patel's guidance, they were able to navigate through treacherous asteroid fields and hostile alien territories. Finally, after months of travel, they arrived back on Earth, greeted by cheering crowds and the grateful faces of their loved ones. Kaylin had done it. She had saved humanity from extinction. As she looked up at the stars, Kaylin knew that her journey was far from over. There were still so many mysteries to uncover, so many worlds to explore. But for now, she was content to rest on her laurels, knowing that she had made a difference in the universe. And as she walked away from the cheering crowds, Dr. Patel by her side, Kaylin couldn't help but wonder what other adventures awaited them out there in the vast expanse of space. Was it possible that they would find another derelict ship, containing secrets and mysteries waiting to be uncovered? Would they encounter new civilizations, or perhaps even discover a hidden truth about their own past? Only time would tell, but one thing was certain: Kaylin Blackjack Vex was ready for whatever the universe had in store for her.